Good morning and welcome to the Litany of Catholic Martyrs for July 25th. Please pray for the families of those who were martyred on Easter Sunday in Sri Lanka. Once again, I offer this ministry, this mission, as a chance to bring up the martyrs, especially today being the 25th of July. It is the feast day of the Apostle St. James, who was beheaded by Agrippa. Just like all the apostles were slaughtered, except for John, who went to Patmos and wrote his Revelation and many other things. He was exiled there. We can't forget the martyrs. There was something I read during morning prayer. Let me see if I can find it. It was part of the intercessions, I believe. This is the proper. Where is the? One moment. For the banquet of Christ's body and blood given us through the apostles. I can't. There was a prayer this morning that said that we owe everything to the blood that the church grew through the blood of St. James as a martyr. We need to remember these kinds of things. That is very true. That without the martyrs, the church has, throughout that kind of sacrifice, the church, the blood of the martyrs is a seed to the church. That's really what it's all about. The martyrs, the hermits, those who lived off by all those within the monasteries, the monastic life, the order of all the orders, the Benedictine order, the Augustinian order, all those orders, and the monks, as well as the obscure teachings. I guess they can be considered obscure teachings of the church now, because of the way things are. But these things, especially the martyrs, are the reason the church grows, and it seems that the bishops and the priests and the religious have forgotten to mention that. They don't bring it up anymore. For whatever reason, they don't think that people want to hear about it. Well, people do want to hear about it. And those who don't want to hear about it, well, what can I say? It is the truth. And a lot of people don't like the truth. Anyway, I do this so we don't forget the martyrs. God bless each and every one of them. So this is the list of men, women, and children today who the church would like us to remember. St. James the Apostle, brother of the blessed evangelist John. St. James today is St. James the Greater, who was beheaded by Herod Agrippa right around the feast of Easter. His sacred bones were on this day carried from Jerusalem to Spain and placed in the remote province of Galicia, where they are devoutly honored by the far-famed piety of the inhabitants of the area and the frequent concourse of Christians who visit them through piety and the fulfillment of their vows. Pretty amazing. In Lycia, the time of Decius, St. Christopher, martyr, being scourged with iron rods, cast into the flames, from which he was saved by the power of Christ, and finally transfixed with arrows and beheaded, he completed his martyrdom. At Barcelona in Spain, during the persecution of Diocletian, under the governor Dacian, or Dacian, I'm not sure which one, the birthday of the holy martyrs Chakufas, after overcoming many torments, he was struck with the sword and thus went triumphantly to heaven. In Palestine, St. Paul, a martyr in the persecution of Maximian Galerius, and under the governor Firmilian, he was condemned to capital punishment. But having obtained a short respite to pray, he besought God with all his heart, first for his own countrymen, then for the Jews and the Gentiles, that they might embrace the true faith. Next, for the multitude of the spectators, and finally for the judge who had condemned him, and the executioner that was about to strike him, after which he received the crown of martyrdom by being beheaded. In the same country, Saint Valentina, a virgin, who was led to an altar to offer sacrifice. So they're marching her down to this altar to offer sacrifice. By overturning it with her foot, she kicked it over. Good girl. She was cruelly tortured and being cast into the fire with another virgin, her companion. She went to her spouse. So I guess they marched these two virgins down here to the altar for sacrifice. To do some sacrifice, bring something, I don't know. But when she got there, she kicked it over with her foot. And then they murdered her and her friend. At Forcona in Abruzzo, the holy martyrs Florentius and Felix, natives of Sipontum, at Cordoba, Saint Theodomirus, monk and martyr, and at Treves, Saint Magneticus, bishop and confessor. These are the men, women, and children we will remember today, pray about today, and know that they are watching over us and praying for us. God bless you for listening. God bless you for being here. Have a wonderful day.